Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talk Sports on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi and I want to sincerely apologize for coming a little bit behind schedule due to some technical issues that have just been resolved by the technical team. So today we'll be talking a whole lot of sports. Yesterday we saw dramatic fashion that played out between PSG and Liverpool, and also we saw Barcelona beating Benfica home and away, and same also applied to Borussia Dortmund. I beg your pardon, Bayern Leverkusen receiving it back-to-back from Bayern Munich in the qualifiers of the final qualifiers round of the round of 16, just to make it through to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. Last night we saw a whole lot of interesting matchups that came through, and fans around the world are super excited. Another exciting news is the fact that Paul Pogba is done serving his 18-month ban that made him to be left out of a club side, but now he's done with that and ready to face up new challenges and hoping to find himself in a club as soon as possible. But now questions are being asked: is he still in form? Is he that same Paul Pogba that we know of the years of Juventus? Is he the same Paul Pogba of Manchester United? People are asking questions, but we'll still bring you update and see where he might be able to find himself at the end of the summer. We are hearing rumors that Inter Miami is making moves to land him, but we'll definitely bring you all of those interesting and big stories as on today's edition of the program. But today we'll be starting a little bit differently. We always start from the home front, that never changes, but today we're starting from the home front, but we're picking up basketball first, where Rivers Hoopers are set to bluster their team ahead of BAL Season 5 competition, which will be happening in Kigali, Rwanda. Let me bring you up to speed with the Nigerian champions. Rivers Hoopers have announced the re-addition of Peter Olisemeke to their squad ahead of the Basketball African League Season 5. Olisemeke becomes the second player to have been announced by the club ahead of their campaign in Kalahari Conference, which will be played from April the 5th to the 13th in Morocco. The Kings had announced the addition of Canadian-born Nigerian Kelvin Amayo last week, and also hinted about more announcements this week. We expected to see more of announcement of more of Nigerian players being announced as part of the Rivers Hoopers. Rivers Hoopers were drawn against the host FUS Roberts and also at Khalid and the 2023 third place team Sad Malian in the first stage of the tournament. Olisemeke rejoins the Port Harcourt club after helping the team finish in their third in their last BAL season and winning the Nigerian League title, which automatically gives them the eligibility to be able to go future in BAL competition. Olisemeke is a very great player who is actually 6'5" currently as we speak, and he averages around 16 game, 5 assists and 5 rebounds. Sometimes it fluctuates. He usually has triple doubles in some aspects of the game. So Olisemeke is ready, and he also helped them win the Nigerian title this season. But a whole lot of questions and a whole lot of things are going on within the MBBF in line with the league that was played last year, which helped Rivers United become the winner. They played the same matches in Rivers United home court, and then that helped them. A lot of individuals and fans have reacted differently to the fact that there is no league that lasts for just 2 weeks, but this game was played for less than 2 weeks. Rivers United emerged champions of the Nigerian Basketball League, and the whole competition and the finals were played in the home court of Rivers United. Questions are being asked: are there no other basketball courts around Port Harcourt City, or why was it just played, or why were some matches played in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, Maiduguri, and then probably taking the finals to Port Harcourt or bringing it to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja? Questions are being asked in those lines, but we've seen Rivers Hoopers, I beg your pardon, go to the BAL competition and also try to make Nigeria a little bit proud by, the last they featured, they got to the third position of the, and we're expecting to see them to, advance. We'll be talking more of events that will be coming up quickly after this break. Stay with us. Yes, many thanks for staying with us. Now, we've had conversation around the basketball BAL season 5 of BAL competition that will be coming up, in Kigali, Rwanda, and then we've seen the addition of Peter Olisemeka to the Rivers Hoopers, who also helped them got into the final position of the third place last competition and also help them win the Nigerian title. So Peter Olisemeka is 6'5" and is ready to go for the Rivers Hoopers. And then for the Rivers Hoopers in international, we're expecting to see them at least get into this stage, which they are, get all through to not just the quarterfinals but through to the finals and winning the BAL title, because the featured, this is their fifth consecutive seasons that they've been going through to the BAL competition, but yet just last season they had come close to winning the title, but we're expecting to see more from them before in this current season 5 of the BAL competition. So we hope to see, amazing results from that competition. So moving away from basketball, let's talk a little bit about AIMBA, that is Nigerian Professional Football League, where they are regaining confidence in the current competition. Like looking at their current stage in the NPFL table, sitting number 8 on the log table, still having momentum and confidence that they can still scale through and pull some massive upsets. The Elephants of Aba, aka AIMBA, has said, their head coach says, who is Stanley Eguma, had stated the 9-time Nigerian champions are gradually regaining their confidence in Nigerian Premier Football League after enduring a poor run of form which has drilled their ambition this season. With 3 wins, 1 away and draw, just 1 defeat in their last 5 games, the People's Elephants are now 8th on the table with 41 points, 3 points below the CAF Confederation Cup spot in the league. Before their recent run of results, which includes back-to-back wins against Niger Tornadoes and Ekelemi Warriors, the Aba Giant had only won 2 out of 10 matches. Joseph Aluta scored the only goal in their 1-0 win over Maiduguri side just this past weekend, and the Giraffe believes it's confidence boosting win. So looking at this now, Joseph Alute is actually someone that is very good, who has played for Katsina United and also got shipped to AIMBA United, AIMBA Football Club of Aba, where they've been super interesting, and he has been exceptional well when it comes to scoring goals and then coming down the left and the right flank. He is versatile and can play multiple positions. But looking at this momentum now, the leaders of the Nigerian Premier League, Romeo Stars, are sitting at 54 points. So you can see the maths. You understand where I'm going with all of this now. Looking at Enugu Range, looking at AIMBA of Aba, sitting at number 8 position. Now, this is like, we have over 13 points gap difference between these 2 giants. Now, how can they be able to cover up the gap and win? We have Rivers United, who are also tailing. We have Sunshine Stars. We have Enugu Rangers, who are the current champions and who are not looking as if they want to, drop the ball. Despite the fact that they are not among the top 5, but they are still trying to get on the winning ways to see how they can contend and then make their way back to the CAF Continental League, just the same goal as AIMBA. So we're looking at all of these angles now. There are still matches that need to be played. Now it shows that the Nigerian Premier League is actually going to be more interesting and the competition is going to be more intense, given the fact that no team is relenting and coaches are making comments about the fact that individuals are looking, players are looking and very optimistic, and then their confidence is boosting to be able to make them qualify for the continent, which is what most of these youngest are looking at. So looking at the current stage now and the way the Nigerian Professional Football League is as we speak is very interesting, and then we have a whole lot of individuals that would be able to want to make a run for that money, given the fact that the prize money is 250 million Nigerian naira for those that will emerge as champions. So moving away from that, finally the longer waiting list has been out, and currently as we speak, the head coach of the Super Eagles have released the final list of those that will be representing Nigeria for the World Cup qualifiers that will be played in Rwanda and also in Zimbabwe. That will be played in Rwanda, and also the matchup that they'll be having between Zimbabwe and Nigeria that will be played here in the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. We'll be talking more about this just immediately after this break. Stay with us. Yes, many thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining, this is Talk Sport, and we're about to get into the most interesting part of today's conversation. We're starting with, like I already mentioned before the break, we've seen that the final list have been released by Coach Cheo, the Super Eagles, Eric Chelle, Super Eagles head coach. So now, he made some omissions in the list, and some persons are very interested that if a few names were dropped, and then some persons are also, fans are also reacting to some other names that were also dropped, which is a concern for them, as they've said. But now let me bring you up to speed with the report where Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle has dropped informed Getafe midfielder Christos Uche and Rangers striker Crystal Dessy in a shocking move as he unveils his final 23-man squad for the upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifier match against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. The omission of Uche and Cyril has raised eyebrows, especially considering their exceptional performance for their respective clubs this season. Of the 23 list called up, there are just 4 new invitees, with Tolu Arokodare, Pap Daniel, Mustafa Ibu, and Kayode Bankole all getting their maiden call-ups. Final squad includes goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali and Bankole, defender Wills Kong and Kelvin Bassi, and Olulua Ayina, midfielder Alex Iwobi and Wilfred Ndidi, and forward Ademola Lukman, Victor Shime, and Simon Moses. Chile also made some big call-ups with some of the regulars like Kelechi Iheanacho, Madueke Okoye, Ziud, Sanusi, Frank Onyeka, Chidera, Ejike, and Ahmed Musa getting all snubbed out. While the team looks balanced to a large extent, the omission of Uche and Dese is a shocker, where Uche is perhaps the most notable absentee from the Super Eagles list. The Nigerian midfielder has boosted onto the Serie in this season after a summer move from Cretis, which is the third division league in Spain, to Getafe. So automatically, for you to see this kind of move, that means this set player has been very, very exceptional. To have all of this conversation and get output and inputs of the entire conversation on what happened, I have a guest who is live with me in the studio, David, a long time, my very good friend and a very good football player. Right. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, brother.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us on this edition. Yes, so now let's get into it. I know we've been talking about this list, and we made mention a couple of weeks ago about some names that we wouldn't want to see in the final list. So now we see Kelechi Iheanacho invited and then being snubbed out. Ahmed Musa being invited and snubbed out. Looking at the current list now of those that we have, are you happy with his final 23-man list?
I won't say I'm overly excited about the list, you understand, because just like you rightly said, the likes of Cristiano's Uche and Cyril Diaz of Rangers, they are players that are doing fantastically well in their teams presently now in Europe, you understand. So I think this call-up, I think, is based on who I know, you understand. Now my person be this, add them to the squad, you understand, because no disrespect to Victor Boniface, is actually a good player, but presently now the likes of Cyril Diaz, yes, I understand, is having, I think, 22 goals. He's just one goal behind Victor Osimhen, you understand. Yes. And what's his name? The third in that lineup is Ademola Lookman with 18 goals. Yes. You understand. Then Tolu Adebayo, what's his name? With the player from Genk. Yes, that's the main striker from Genk. Yes, he's having
actually the highest goal scorer in this league.
Yes, he's having, I think, 16 or 17 goals. You understand. Yes. So when you put that into context, you understand, you see that Cyril is actually, you understand, second in the pile, you understand, and the likes of Victor Boniface is what do you call it? It's actually like the fourth or the fifth striker in form, you understand, in the Super Eagles, correct team. Yes. So the question pops out that, okay, why is he not being called? You understand? Why is he not being called up to this national team? Okay, now most people will say that he hasn't, gotten that chemistry with the players yet, you understand. He hasn't, gotten his rhythm yet with the players. So maybe that's why, he's not being featured. But my real answer is that these people, they know who they are calling. They are calling their own players. You understand? They are calling the people that they feel like, you understand, is good for the national team. They're not calling people based on form. You understand? Because this national team selection, just like they do it in the UK, you understand, the coach comes out and defends his call-ups. You understand? But Nigeria is not like that. You understand? They just bring up one list, even if it's not
like what happened with the Three Lions during the Euros 2024, where the head coach says, if you're not performing in your club side, there is no need you coming to even play in the Euros.
Yes, and apart from that, there was no press conference to say, okay, Chela, you are inviting what's his name, Victor Boniface over Cyril. What's the motive behind that? What's the tactical awareness behind that? You understand? There's nothing. You understand? You just left it very open. And now this brings me further to say that the NFF, they are being manipulated. You understand? A lot of politics are in the NFF, and that's the major problem we are having as a Nigerian team, as a Nigerian squad altogether. Yes. They don't want to bring the people that are informed. They want to bring the people that they know. And that's very, very, very bad. You understand?
Well, this match is actually a must win, which is actually going to be being played next week. Nigeria will be facing Rwanda next week, and these two matches are a must win for Nigerians, for the Super Eagles to be able to qualify for the 2026 World Cup that will be played in United States, Mexico, as well as Canada. So it's actually going to be very, very disappointing if this current squad don't get it through, and most of them have not actually featured in the World Cup, so it's actually going to be a very big one for them. So another big story is Paul Pogba has ends lifts his doping ban and then seeks new club, Paul Pogba can return to competition from yesterday, based on the report, as the former France star's 18 months doping ban expired, but he needs to find a club. The player who graced the midfield of Manchester United, Juventus, is hoping to put 3 chaotic years behind him in searching for a new employee with a view of playing in the 2026 World Cup with David Beckham's MSL side Inter Miami among his possible options. The 91st minute capped midfielder suffered through the repeat injuries and pitching from that led to his departure from United in 2022. He returned for his second stint at Juventus, where problems continued to dog him. A failed drug test after a game in Italy in August 2023 resulted in a 4-year doping ban, which was reduced on appeal. Pogba blamed the food supplement prescribed by a doctor he consulted in United States for a positive test. Now, looking at Pogba now, we know how great he was when he was in Juventus, and I wouldn't say he was so great with Manchester United, based on my opinion, but no doubt, we're not disrespecting Paul Pogba, he's a great player. So now, looking at all of these things that has happened now, do you think we are going to still see the same level based on age and the fact that he's been out for 3 years?
There's something I need to bring out to the public. You understand? The likes of what's his name, Paul Pogba. I know he has already gotten that immense form of fame. You understand? He's a well popular figure in football. In footballing lifestyle. You understand? So from my own personal opinion, I think he should not set his eyes to something very big. You understand? He should not set his eyes to something very big. Him coming back now from this doping ban, he'll be open probably like a big team, probably like just like
Juventus,
you understand? A Juventus or a Manchester United, or you understand, or
Chelsea,
probably a Chelsea or Inter Miami, you understand? Will come for him. But me, I would say he should go for a little team, a small team. You understand? You understand? Build up that reputation, build up that figure of Pogba that we know. You understand? Work with a lesser team. You understand? Not when I say lesser team, not really like a Division 2 team
or Division 3. Maybe you can start off from maybe the Championship and then come back.
Not even the Championship. Even if it's a Premier League or La Liga or probably what do they call it, or Serie A or something. Let him look for a smaller team, maybe a team that is coming up, that is doing well. Like in Italy now, you can look for a team like Como. You understand? A team that Fabregas is actually coaching. You understand? A team that is building up something. You understand? So that when they are about to pick out stars from there, you are being picked out too. You understand? A team like probably Aston Villa. Or probably a Brentford.
Who are very stubborn in the Champions League.
Very, very stubborn, you understand? I think that set of of establishment, will bring up, will add a lot of figures, you understand, into his own present what they call it capacity. That he's currently having, you understand? So I personally feel that Pogba has a long way to go, because him not playing for over 8 months, close to 8 months, you understand, is something that all footballers, if you ask them, if you are out for injury for over 8 months or more, you understand, you can see that when you come back,
it affects you
psychologically, even mentally, you understand, even off the pitch, you understand. So I think he should start small, then aim big, you understand. So that's my major advice for Pogba, and he's a very good player. He's a player that can easily slot in into any team if he's been properly, if he's in form, you understand. So I think he should take it slow, take it with one of those small teams, and hopefully, you understand, he can maybe make it to the World Cup stage as next year, but it will be hard for him.
Well, that's one of his dreams, to make it to the World Cup stages, but let's see what happens. I think the France squad will actually they can be needing his services when it comes to the World Cup, but we'll get to have that conversation another time, as time is beginning to run away from us. So now let's have conversation around the UEFA Champions League that was played last night. We saw Inter Milan cruised over final into the Champions League quarterfinals. Inter Milan strode into the quarterfinals of the Champions League on Tuesday after securing a 2-1 victory to go through to 4-1 on aggregate. The trumping earlier strike from Marcus Thuram and Hakan Çalhanoğlu's penalty gave Inter Milan comfortable passage to their last 8, where the Italian champions will face blockbuster clash with Bayern Munich. Final deepest run in Europe's top club competition in decades ended with a ripper, although the away side did briefly look like making a game of it when Jacob Moder was rattled in a penalty 3 minutes before the break. The host Inter could have easily won by more after missing a clutch of good chances, with Thuram drilling a great opportunity against the bar moments before being substituted. And all we saw a whole lot of interesting attacks that happened, and Inter Milan were looking as if they were playing the Champions League final last night.
Yes,
they were looking as if they were playing the Champions League final last night. But looking at the results now, someone argued that UEFA Champions League this season, the trophy wouldn't be going to Real Madrid, but we'll have that conversation. But now, looking at Inter Milan and the way they faced Feyenoord, defeating them home and away, what do you think is different with the current Inter Milan squad?
Me personally, I think Inter Milan has been having it easy, in this UEFA Champions League, because I remember when they played against Arsenal, they had an easy, should I say easy, a very lucky escape, you understand, from Arsenal, you understand. They had a 1-0 win, you understand. For my own personal opinion, I think I've not seen the team yet that will push Inter Milan to the limit. Probably maybe when they face Bayern Munich, you understand. Given the fact that Bayern Munich has qualified, stand for the next round. I think Igazi's team, that's Inter Milan. Inter Milan, they have been actually doing very, very well. But if these two players are not involved in their game, I think it's really hard for them to pick up something out of the blue. That's the likes of Marcus Thuram and
yes.
It's really been vital. Another thing that you guys have to watch out for is that Inter Milan, they are not, well structured in that midfield. You understand? Any team that has a very, very stronger midfield than them will give them a run for their money. You understand?
Yes.
So I think they have been having this easy cruisy, campaign since this Champions League started.
We captured it a cruise because looking at it so far, they've not like you rightly mentioned, Arsenal gave them a problem.
Yes.
And then it was just like passing through the elephant's eye, passing the needle through the elephant's eye.
So,
we saw all of that, but looking at it now, you rightly mentioned the midfield. The midfield of Inter Milan is actually a problem. Looking at it, though they have a coach who finds a way to navigate all of those errors. But going into the quarterfinals now, looking at the next phase of the competition,
they'll be exposed.
They must be
exposed. You understand? They must be exposed because they are not in there for the long run. You understand? I know most people's faith or heart is saying that probably what's his name, Vincent Kompany's side is not up to the task to match up an Inter side. Yes, they are good defensively. They have one of the best backmen in the league. You understand? But coming forward to a team like Bayern Munich or probably Real Madrid or probably like present United, they meet another Arsenal, even though Arsenal is going through a tough spell presently now. I think they will give them a run for their money because they have been having it so easy. They have been having it so easy, and it has been so painful for me. I don't like when big teams are having it easy. You understand?
Yeah.
Let them be some slips up, some drama. You understand? Some people get us excited. You understand?
Sitting on the edge of our seat. Okay, let's move away. Hopefully, that was going to happen with the next phase of the competition in their quarterfinal, where they will have the run for their money. Another big game that happened last night was between Bayern Munich beating Bayern Leverkusen on aggregate 5-0. In the Bundesliga, we saw Bayern Leverkusen acting up and giving Bayern Munich a run for their money. And then it's more like a derby because of the how would I put it now? The rivalry going between them because the same city, the same big clubs. Now, looking at it, we saw Alonso made comments about the fact that Bayern Leverkusen can come back, but Harry Kane make sure that didn't happen last night. So looking at Harry Kane now and the Vincent Kompany and his style approaching Champions League, what do you think the next phase will be for them?
Well,
facing an Inter Milan.
Yes, I personally, feel that this game setup for Vincent Kompany in this Champions League is actually different from his setup in the league.
Yeah.
You understand? Why do I say that? Because in the league, if you watch closely, in the league they play with probably a 3-man defense. You understand? Then probably a four-man midfield. You understand?
Yeah.
Given the likes of Kimmich and Goretzka, you understand, having a lot of time in that midfield. But if you check out their play in the Champions League, they play with a 4-man defense. You understand? A 4-man defense. That means they are filled up in the back. You understand?
Yeah.
And they play with a 1-man. That's a 4. That's a standing 4. That's now in the modern day era as a standing 6, you understand, which is Kimmich, you understand. So and that gives them a lot of room, to go through the sides, you understand. The likes of Olise and Gnabry, you understand. They actually have a lot of time, a lot of process to go into that final third, you understand. So I think that's something that's very, very, very delicate. That's something very, very, very important for what's his name, Kompany's team.
Yes.
And going back to Xabi Alonso missed it because he thinks that this is still the league. You understand? He's playing as if he's playing with the league side. You understand?
Yeah.
But this Bayern Munich side is a side that they want to make a statement for Vincent Kompany. Vincent Kompany wants to make a statement
for himself. Harry Kane also wants to make a statement because he has not won the Champions League.
Because it's the biggest stage, and what better way to announce yourself as the right man for the job than having to go into the the quarterfinals
all the way
semi-final.
from Burnley.
Yes, you understand. So I think this matchup against Inter Milan is going to be a very fierce matchup. But I'm going to give Bayern Munich the straight win, given the fact that Inter Milan has not come against any strong team yet. And this Bayern Munich side is a team that is hungry. The likes of Musiala, if you watch what he did yesterday, it was simply outstanding. You understand? The chemistry between Musiala and what's his name, and Olise is something spectacular. You understand? It's something that is going to grow up, within the years. You understand? Coming up, but we seeing this one now happening now, presently now, at our own very own before, is something that we all need to love. We all need to catch up with. You understand?
Appreciate.
And I really feel that Bayern Munich side is going to make it to the semi-finals. You understand? If care's not taken, even upset people in the semi-finals. Yes, I feel they are going to go very, very far in this competition. Very, very, very far in this competition. Yeah.
Okay, going very far in the competition, and now you're talking about Olise and Musiala, looking at their friendship and the chemistry they have. We saw the same thing playing out in Barcelona. It's happening in Spain between Rafinha and Yamal. So looking at how interesting it is, I can't just help but smile when I watch this so young guys playing. Now they've scaled through, defeating Benfica home and away, which is almost like a bet right for Barcelona. Year in, year out, even from the times of Xavi Alonso, Sergio Busquets, Iniesta, all of them, it's a bet right. They're there to beat them home and away, but most of the time it's always a very big job for them to do. So advancing now to the quarterfinals, what would have been done differently, because they almost struggled to beat Benfica home and away? What do you think would have been done differently, for Barcelona to be able to have made this their win easier?
I think what would have made it easier was a more experienced side. Why do I say more experienced side? Because if you look at their backline, the Barcelona backline now, they have little or less players that have not featured in this kind of position. You understand? In this kind of stage in the Champions League before, or in any competition before. So it's actually a new phase for them. You understand? So most of them, they're just trying to get into that strides of saying, okay, let us qualify, let us do something different. That's why you see that the last game that they had against Benfica in the first leg, they had a red card, and it was their young defender. What's his name? Is it Pau? Oh yes, I think Pau. You understand? He had a reckless tackle that's before the box. You understand? And in that game, Benfica were so sloppy, unenergetic. You understand? To at least get a goal. You understand? Because if they had put their mind and their soul into that first game, you understand, they would have won Barcelona.
The result would have been different.
Yes, but Barcelona came up with the goods, and I think the chemistry between Yamal and Rafinha is something spectacular. And Rafinha is having a season of his life over that. I think that's his. I think he scored 2 goals yesterday. And Lamine Yamal had 1 assist and 1 goal. A very sweet goal, sweet goal. I think Lamine Yamal, I think for the 17-year-old boys, coming up, I think he's the one that has the best, understand.
Looking at his generation now.
You understand? He has one of the best R2 in the game. You understand? Because his R2 has been coming. If for those that don't know R2, is the that curve of the ball. You understand? to the second bar. To the second bar. The second post. Yes. So Yamal has that knack, and he's so sublime to see. You understand? He's a generational talent. You understand? And Rafinha is just benefiting from him. You understand? He's just maxing in that good strides. Yes. And I think this next stage that you're about to enter right about now, I think they will be playing either what was the name? You see that they're going against the likes of Dortmund or Lille, which will be playing later today. You understand?
Yeah, they'll be playing later today.
Yes. So it's either Dortmund or Lille. You understand? So I think any of those 2 teams, they will easily, you understand. I see Barcelona going straight to the semi-finals. Probably if there's going to be an upset, it's probably going to be one of those big teams that will just upset them, you understand, in that semi-finals. But if they are not being upsetted in that semi-finals, I see them going to the finals. You understand? I see them going to the finals. Because they have a very, very, very well, you understand. Given the fact that Lewandowski has been in this position before, yes. So when I talk about experience, yes, he has that experience. He has that that mentality of let us play with the theme. You understand? Because if you check out the last 2 games in the Champions League, he hasn't scored any goal. But he's actually he's actually helping with the build up. You understand? And that's the most important thing. The team has to play as a team, not as an individual. So I think that's something that we all are going to be excited to see. Coming up.
It's Champions League, and you can't have a Champions League night without a dramatic section.
Yes.
So we saw drama happening. we saw drama happening that played out between PSG and Liverpool before the match, before the first leg. Luis, that's the head coach of PSG, has started making comments of the fact that Liverpool are not all that, in the sense that they can't be able to scale through and knock a PSG team out. So the first leg, we saw how close it was, and then Liverpool played all the way defensively, and then they saw a counter and then capitalized on the opportunity and scored a goal. Though PSG tend to throw away most of the chances that they got in their home team, which would have made their job easier last night, but still they didn't come to play, and they showed up. Ousmane Dembele, being who he is, causing confusion between the defense line, and then they just laid the ball for him, and then all he needed to do was to tap it in. So looking at this now, Liverpool, do you think they had so much pressure on them to deliver and not lose at home?
Yes. They had so much pressure. Yes, they had so much pressure, and at the same time, they had so much confidence in themselves. You understand? Given the fact that they are Liverpool, you understand? This is the Anfield. You understand? They can't come here and win us. You understand? But PSG showed a golfing class, against Liverpool yesterday. I was actually telling my fans, you understand, on my TikTok page that Luis Enrique, that's the PSG team. Luis Enrique's team plays. They don't have a star man. They don't have that 1-point man that if you just look for that person anytime, just look for that person. No. It's not like a Liverpool team that they tell you yes, or hey, go to Salah's side, and Luis Diaz was just there. You understand? And he's more even clinical when it comes to all those one-on-one dribbles. You understand? But another player that stood out for me in that game, Richard. For my own personal opinion, I think he was one of my man of the match, because I had 2 man of the matches in that game. You understand? Donnarumma, that's the keeper of PSG. I think he was simply outstanding. It was aside the penalty shootout. You understand? Him saving 2 penalties. I saw the penalties in the game. You understand? He didn't allow any loose ball. He didn't allow any shots. He kept a clean sheet. You understand?
Yeah.
I think he was as good as Alisson in the first leg, if not better than Alisson in the first leg. You understand? And it was simply sublime to see. You understand? It was simply sublime to see. Another player that stood out for me was Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes, the guy that marked what's his name? Mo Salah. The boy is simply as in he's a definition of a left back. You understand? That's how you mark. That's how you come to the big stage. You understand?
And there was no foul called against him once.
No.
They were all clean tackles.
And it was not as if he didn't have some actually obvious foul, but the referee of that day was not even having it. You understand? Because
you have to work for it.
Yeah, he was loving the matchup with Nuno Mendes and Salah, and it was simply sublime to see. Another thing I have to state out for Liverpool is that Liverpool's midfield is actually the problem, because you saw the likes of Joe Neves and Vitinha, those two short guys from Portugal. They were the one that held, and Fabian Ruiz. Yes. They were the one that held the middle of the park for PSG. In short, they were like in synchrony with every single pass. You understand?
Yeah.
They were moving the ball so brilliantly. And Cavastalia, that was a new signing from Napoli.
Yes.
A very good player. You understand? I think the likes of Boykola and Boykola I think he missed 2 opportunities. You understand? To at least make it. Even if it's 2-0. You understand?
Even Ousmane Dembele missed some opportunities.
Yes. He missed, but he had the vital goal. You understand?
Yeah.
That took them, to the penalty shootouts, to the extra time. But there's something I need to state out here for you guys, that PSG are a team to be feared in this Champions League. You understand? They are a team to be feared, because now there's no Mbappe, there's no one-star man, the team is playing with themselves. You understand? And once a team has that rhythm of playing together, you understand, of having that ability to see their weaknesses, to see their strengths, it's absolutely unstoppable to play. You understand? I don't see any team presently now in the European top division now that is playing as good as PSG is, but whether they are playing in their league or they are playing away from their league. You understand? And that is due to the fact of Luis Enrique. You understand?
His style of play.
Yes. He's a mastermind. You understand? Tactician when it comes to the tiki-taka way of football, and it's just happening well for him. It's slotting in well for him, and I'm actually a fan of PSG presently now after that yesterday's game. You understand? It was simply sublime to see, and I hope they cause an upset. I hope they cause more upsets. You understand? Going further. You understand? I think PSG are a team to watch out for.
Okay.
PSG are a team to watch out for.
I definitely agree with you that PSG is a team to watch out for. So later tonight we'll be seeing a lot of big matches.
Yes.
Atlético Madrid, Real Madrid, we will see Lille, we will see Arsenal, who defeated PSV 7-1. So we don't even know what to expect from them. But you can never say never when it comes to sports.
Yes,
but scoring around 8 goals against Arsenal, that's going to be something. It's going to be a very big shocker. So what are you looking out for? Your predictions. Yes.
Okay, honestly speaking, for the game against Lille against Borussia Dortmund, given the fact that Lille have a very good form at home, I'm going to be giving Lille the straight win against Borussia Dortmund. Yes, I'm going to be giving Lille the straight win against Borussia Dortmund. I think Lille are going to qualify. They're going to make it through the next round. Another team that's going to make it through the next round is Arsenal. I think Arsenal are going to win at home.
At home again.
Yes, they're going to win at home. Another team that is going to be, this one is going to be actually very dicey. Is Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid.
Yes.
As much as I love Real Madrid, I think there's going to be an upset in this game. If Atletico Madrid scores first against Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid will move to the next round. But if Real Madrid scores first, yes, the tie is over. You understand? Real Madrid is good. They are going to get the goods in that game. So I think that's my prediction. I think I'm going to go with Real Madrid, Lille, Arsenal, and last but not the least, I think it's the last team. What's the name? What's the name of this team? PSV.
No, PSV is playing Arsenal.
PSV, Arsenal, Lille,
Borussia
Dortmund. Then
Atletico Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Okay.
I think that's that.
There's no any other team. That's that. So let's just see how it pans out. Most of these games will be played later this evening. Hopefully you'll be here tomorrow for us to even get the conversation and see how it pans out. This is how much time will permit us to take on this edition of the sport. But before we wrap up and draw the curtain, Manchester United have set plans to unveil its new 100,000-seater stadium, where Manchester United announced its plans to build a new 100,000 capacity stadium that co-owner Jimmy Ratcliffe said would be the world's greatest football ground. The Premier League club has been examining whether to redevelop their historic Old Trafford home or build a new stadium in the same arena. United have now confirmed their intention to pursue a new 100,000-seater stadium as a centerpiece of the regeneration of Old Trafford Arena, as they throw their support behind the government's growth agenda. So looking at all of this now, Manchester United, despite all of their player worries, they are still about to slash around £2 billion pounds to be able to build up a new stadium. So for Manchester United fans, we hope this will ease your mind down as you're sitting on the 14th place in the Premier League log. So having a new stadium might be
a compensation.
a compensation
for not making you win.
All right, that's how much time operators to take on today's edition of TalkSport. David, a long time. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the program. Yeah. Yes, and then we'll see you again as we talk more sports. Bye for that.